amongst ourselves. Well put, Sardine Breath.
Okay, everybody, as you probably already know, The Batman film is coming. Wait, is it? Is it still coming? Right, no, guys, it's still coming. And Matthew Reeves is obviously planning to do that film, I think. Even though this film is probably, I don't know, like what, a couple of years away or so, there's more rumors coming out the mill now that Penguin, they're looking at Penguin to be the main villain of the Batman movie. Obviously, this video is about my thoughts on that. And I highlight rumors because this is coming from Justin Kroll, and he even says to take this with a huge grain of salt. I am not saying this as confirmed or a fact at all, but I still obviously have quite an opinion on it because it wouldn't surprise me at the same time if Warner Brothers are going or seeking after Penguin as the main villain in their Batman movie. But I actually have a couple of problems with that because they could actually do anyone else that we haven't seen before on the live action screen. Now, whether or not with the most recent rumors as well, if we're getting a standalone Batman franchise from Matthew Reeves that doesn't include Ben Affleck, it does seem from rumors that, you know, we might actually be getting the Penguin regardless of whether this is in the DCEU or not. So this is what Justin Kroll had to say. Take this with a huge grain of salt as things are constantly changing in the DCEU. Yeah, I think we're all aware of that now. But I'm hearing the Penguin is possibly the choice to play the main villain in The Batman. Sources add even if Reeves decides to go another route, the studio could then make him the main villain in Birds of Prey. Reeves is still working on the script, so that could always change, but of the multiple Birds of Prey scripts submitted, one does have the Penguin as the main heavy. Either way, it seems Warner Brothers wants this character cast in the universe sooner rather than later. Now, Warner Brothers, I don't have a problem if you want the Penguin in one of your movies. The Penguin, you know, excluding, you know, Tim Burton's one, which is kind of old now, and then, you know, obviously there's a lot of fans of that. Penguin these days has really been lifted to a whole new level. Whether you're looking at the video games, like the Arkham video games, to even Gotham. Of course I'm going to say Gotham, because Robin Lord Taylor, do you not remember when Season 1 was out, let alone everyone views him as one of the best villains, aside from the Jerome Valeska fans and Jeremiah or Joker fans. Other than that, Robin Lord Taylor's Penguin really did lift this show off the ground in Season 1, and dare I say it, if he wasn't in Season 1, or if it wouldn't have been Robin Lord Taylor, would this show, Gotham, have even got past Season 1?
You wanted a war. You got one.
And yes, of course, I believe things like that impact their decision to think, the video games are doing well. That Penguin's been a badass in that. I mean, Gotham, God, look how amazing Robin Lord Taylor's been in that. Imagine if we put him in one of our Batman movies or Bird of Prey movies, you know, we're planning to come out in the DCEU. Completely and utterly understand that. But, however, guys, some of you may agree with this, some of you may not. Don't forget that this is just my opinion, and fair enough if you want the Penguin in Matthew Reeves' The Batman movie. But personally, I don't want that. I really don't. Put him in Birds of Prey, and I'll get to that in a second, but use any other flipping villain that we haven't seen before. The Batman has so many potential villains that we could use, that they could really put on the screen in a phenomenal way. And I'm not saying the Penguin wouldn't be, but for the Batman, I just think that there could be something more exciting. Now, as I said, I'm not downplaying Oswald Cobblepot. I'm a big fan of the Penguin. But my God, as you guys probably already know as well, I'm not like the hugest fan of the DCEU. And I obviously am a huge fan of DC. I prefer their characters over Marvel. I love Marvel, but I love Superman, Batman, you know, Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, Wonder Woman, Lex Luthor, the Joker, the Reverse Flash, Barry Allen's Flash, Aquaman. I just prefer those characters. But their universe is a clusterfuck of a mess. I just have to say it. I enjoy some of the movies, of course I do. Like, Wonder Woman was absolutely amazing. I'm hoping Aquaman will be as well. Batman vs Superman, I actually thought was better than what most people thought. But Justice League was...
Ever since the interface, I can't control it. It's your nose.
So the way I feel treated by the DCU or just the way they've conducted themselves in terms of whether, whatever way you want to look at playing catch up with Marvel, whatever, I feel like they've put me on a roller coaster that I wanted to go on. I've had fun on it, or was getting excited for it, but then they put me on that roller coaster again and again and again and again to the point where I'm sick of that
Goddamn stupid roller coaster.
So when it comes to the Batman, even these rumors that they're looking at Penguin possibly being the movie's main villain, and I'm just gonna assume for this video that it's true. It's just like, really, guys, you couldn't come with any other villain like the Red Hood, Solomon Grundy, Mad Hatter, freaking Calendar Man, Black Mask, Hugo Strange, Azrael, and a billion other ones that just we haven't seen on live action. But even Mr. Freeze, that would be cool. I know people would be worried about that, and you may be thinking, Boba, why are you saying Mr. Freeze? Because could you actually imagine like a freaking slaying Mr. Freeze done well in a Batman movie in these days over the Penguin? I think I would take my odds with that, or take my odds with even Man-Bat over the Penguin. Just because, and let's get as to why I don't want the Penguin. We've seen him before. Nothing against the previous iterations we've seen on the big screen, but it's just we have seen him before. But secondly as well, I don't think he would make that much of an interesting villain for this movie. He's not, you don't have to have brute force in a film. You can have tactfulness and everything like that, and the Penguin is all like that. But I want a bit of both, and I want something ultimately new that we haven't seen before.
And this is why I said earlier that the Penguin, just put him in the Birds of Prey movie. No one does it better than the Birds of Prey.
Where the Penguin could be in it. He could be hiring a couple of other villains they could put in it. You know what I mean? Like, even the Penguin could just cause a load of problems for the Birds of Prey. I wouldn't mind that. But for the Batman, like the Batman himself, we're getting another freaking film just dedicated to him. Why not Deathstroke? Why not just somebody that the fans want? Now, don't get me wrong as well. I am super excited for a Penguin in the DCEU. I really am. I know that, some people are on board with the Josh Gad situation, whether, because he's expressed that he's been interested in playing the role, and I've seen the fan arts and stuff like that. Yes, I could completely believe it. And those of the, those people who really can't see it, because obviously he's surrounded himself in a bit of comedy before. Actors are actors for a reason, guys. Unless you're really just saying that you cannot see him in any other role than what he has done before. Maybe I could get with that, but I don't know. I'm just saying, I can see the Penguin. I'm excited for like a Josh kind of version. I can really see that kind of stuff. But Penguin is a guy who also, he rules the underworld of Gotham. He's not really one to go hand to hand with Batman.
But Penguin is also just, somebody who would hire other people, like Deathstroke. Maybe put the friggin' Penguin in this movie if you're also going to get him to hire Deathstroke or something like that, or like another villain to go after the Batman. A cheapskate! What are you guys playing at? Let me go! Sorry, Frankie. As I say, hey, come on, a cheapskate. Consequently, you don't pay your people enough. Well, you don't want to do this. It is a sad fact that there is no loyalty among thieves.
Now, on the bright side, I'm not trying to be completely pessimistic about this situation. I could see it, like the Penguin, ruling Gotham's underworld once again. He's come up, even though Bruce has probably knocked him down a few times before, and he's just creating trouble for Bruce. And it could be a really kind of Gotham-y kind of story of Bruce trying to, of henchmen, like a real kind of, how we've played the Arkham games out in the city, like a real situation like that. That will unfold throughout the movie. But I feel like, as cool as that will give us a Batman feel, and I really feel like they nailed that feel in the beginning of Justice League, and consistently throughout the film, I still feel like the film will still feel underwhelming as to in comparison as to what it could have been with a villain like Deathstroke, or a villain like the Red Hood, which would be so cool. Like, could you guys, are you guys not with me here? Imagine the Red Hood. We've already been teased with Jason Todd's freaking armor. I just feel like we've got all this money. Just, hey, take our money, Warner Brothers, if you do this. But no. we're not taking it. We want to do this. It's just, yeah, it kind of reminds me of the freaking Star Wars situation. Like, we're gonna do what we want to do.
Have you no poetry in your soul, my dichotomous friend? There is a certain stark beauty to this environment.
I don't know, guys, that is just my opinion. That is just one man's opinion. If I seemed a bit like, I've been getting a couple of comments recently say, Boba, what's wrong with you? You seem depressed or something like that. No. I guess I've just made a couple of videos where I'm passionate about stuff recently, and you know, I'm not always just freaking, hey, how's it going, guys? This kind of shit annoys me at the thought of it. But as I'm sure you guys can be passionate about stuff as well. Maybe you feel the exact same way about this whole DCU situation and the Batman situation. Now we might be getting the Penguin. Let me know anyway your thoughts. Let me know your opinion. Do you disagree with me? And if you do, I completely respect your opinion. And if so, let me know your opinion, because I would just love to hear as to why you think the Penguin could work better than a villain like Deathstroke, the Red Hood, Calendar Man, Mr. Freeze. Any of those villains. There's loads more on the Rogues Gallery. Let me know why you disagree or why you agree. I mean, maybe you could just say I agree because of everything you said, but yeah, let me know if you disagree. Anyway, everybody, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos just like this on DCEU related stuff, because I plan to give my opinion on more stuff like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button to never miss out on a single one. I also want to say thank you to all my patrons. Link to my Patreon is in the top of my description. Check that out for all the tiers and stuff like that. Check me out on social media as well. If you haven't done so already, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Link to my Discord server invite is in the description. As always, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.